Hey guys, Dynasty Warrior 6 here again with another episode of Game Finds. I think it's like number 22, I can't remember off the top of my head. We did pretty well overall. I definitely got a good chunk of games for really good pricing, because considering what happened recently, I actually got a speeding ticket possibly recently. I don't know yet, I'm still waiting on mail. That's a whole different scenario story. It was one of those photo radar vans. They're here in Oregon a lot. So anyways, I may have gotten one, but thankfully the deals that we got were really good and very inexpensive, which was a blessing. We'll start with the trade packages first. So that arrived in the mail yesterday, because Monday there was no mail, sadly. First one came from 49er Nation. I already knew what it was, and I already opened it to kind of get it going. It is the Miss Pac-Man manual. Thank you so much. I will definitely add this to my Miss Pac-Man. I appreciate it. Another complete game. Thank you so much, 49er Nation. Big shout out to 49er Nation. Definitely check out his channel. Great guy to trade with and everything. Second package came from Frosty Bros. You can check out his video and the 49er Nation's video to see what I traded to them for what we got for us. This is for me and Jason, because we traded Frosty Bros some video games, and we got comics in return. And we definitely wanted these comics, and we're also big comic collectors, as everyone kind of recently found out in the last couple of Game Finds videos. One of the ones he traded us was Wolverine. Very cool looking cover. X-Men, right here. Executioner Song, X-Men Part 3. Very cool. This one's really cool looking. Sabretooth #1. Sabretooth #2. And then, of course, one of my favorite series to collect for, and it's always a great one, is What If the X-Men Had Stayed in Asgard? Love what ifs. I love what ifs. What If Wolverine Battled Weapon X? And then Evil Spider-Man Attacks Monster Menace. Very cool. And Zombie War. This is cool looking. I love zombie. We love watching Walking Dead. So anything with zombies is always cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. So much. So check out Frosty Bros and 49er Nation. Big shout outs to these guys for doing more trades with me. I appreciate it so much. You know, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna set that down. I'll set this one down. So next up, I'm going to jump into some PC games that are part of Game Finds. All these PC games are up for trade, guys. If anyone's interested, definitely message me. I picked up recently for $1 each at the outlet store 3 Vanguards, Saga of Heroes. If any of you are interested in these, message me, hit me up. It cost me $1 each, was a really good deal. It's Vanguard's PC game. Sealed, each one. So, a couple sticker goos here, but if you're interested, message me. But I picked those up, $1 each. Set those right there. I also picked up, and this is up for trade if anyone is interested in it. I'm not a big fan of this series. I know a lot of people are. I just never got into it. I do have one game on PlayStation, and it's. But anyways, this is Warhammer Online, Age of Reckoning. This is up for trade if anyone wants it. The dust cover sleeve is a little worn. Definitely seen some better days, but you know, for $1, it was a really good deal. So if anyone's interested in this game as well, message me, hit me up. This is up for trade, guys. So that was it for PC games, and then I'm gonna go with the kind of the Sega bundle that I recently picked up. I know it's quite a bit, but these are all basically complete games. And I would almost say every game in here cost me $1 to $2 to top out $3 each. Like every single game was like only $1 or $2 and possibly $3 on average. So I don't remember the exact pricing on each one, but I'm just going to go through them and show you guys. First game that I picked up, sadly it has a little label damage. This came from an online lot, was Sonic Spinball. Once again, it was like $1 or $2. The Sonic Spinball loose cart. If anyone's interested in this, let me know. It is definitely up for trade. Next up, that Jason found, it is not complete. It is missing the game, but you can never not have a case. You know, you can always find the game in the wild sometimes, but you might not find the case. And it's Rugby World Cup '95. It's just missing the game, but you know, That was like $1 or so. Next game I picked up, this is the only expensive game, was the Page Master. The case has definitely seen better days. I think a dog chewed on it or something. But the Page Master is complete. It cost me like $5. This was the only really expensive Sega Genesis game on that lot. Next up, that Jason found. Now, I actually already have this game. It's Street Fighter II Championship Edition. I had the game, but he found the case with everything complete. It didn't have the game though. So I just took my game, put it in there, and now I've got a complete game. So thank you, Jason, on that one. You know, finding me the case, and it only cost $1 for the case. So then, like, I only spent $3 on the game, $4 altogether. But the game was a long time ago, way back in the day. Next up that I picked up, I think this is one of the launch titles back in the day, was Pat Riley Basketball. Complete. For like $1 or $2. Next up for another $2 was NBA Live 95. Sadly, it is not complete, missing the manual. Another one, NBA Live 97. Complete. Flying out there. And another game. Now, I already had this case originally. When I bought this case, it came with Shining Force inside of it. When we went to a pawn shop, Jason found the game, Muhammad Ali Heavyweight Boxing, for $2. And I was like, score, there we go, popped it in, now I just need the manual. But there you go, Muhammad Ali Boxing. You know, I already had the case, now I got the game, so that's kind of a step in the right direction. Next game I bought for $2 was T2, the arcade game, Terminator 2, the arcade game. Fairly good game. Next up was Super Monaco GP2 for like $2 again, complete. Next up from that was College Slam. Sadly, it is missing the manual, but that's alright, College Slam. Next up for $2 or $3 was RBI Baseball, 94. Complete. Another launch title for Sega, I believe, was Super Monaco GP. I had the first one and the second one. I got it all in like a 2-3 day period. This is like $2, I believe. Another game I picked up was NHL 94. It is not complete, sadly. It is missing the manual. Next up was Formula 1 F1 Genesis. It's funny, it came from Canby Video, Canby, Oregon. I guess it was a rental game back then, but not so much anymore. It's like $2. Tecmo Super Bowl, no, not Super Bowl. Tecmo Super NBA Basketball Genesis. Missing the manual though, sadly. Triple Play. Missing the manual, but another case game. PGA Tour 96. Missing the game, or not the game, the manual. And FIFA Soccer 95. Sadly missing the manual as well. So I picked up like 17 games for like $2 each basically, except like one was $5. So, you know, you do the math, and some were $1, but not all of them were $1. But now I've got like additional 17, 16 case games, so I just need some manuals. That's, you know, when we go to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, you can definitely find some manuals, a lot of them. So next up, like this came from a pawn. A lot of these games came from a pawn shop. I picked up an old, kind of classic Game Boy game, or a classic game that's got a lot. Like, it's kind of like a remake. Is Alleyway. It's got Mario in there. You see that? I don't know if you can see that, but Alleyway, Game Boy game. It was like $3. I bought it. You know, I played a little bit of it. It's pretty fun, kind of interesting. But Alleyway. Next up from a pawn shop is, of course, one of the best in the series. A lot of people would say this, or they say that, and I agree wholeheartedly. And I picked up, oh, dang it, Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation 2. It is, of course, definitely one of the best Resident Evil games out there. It's complete. It cost me $5. Totally worth it, though. You know, Resident Evil 4 is just one of those games where it was just amazing. So, another Resident Evil added into my collection. And I also picked up from a pawn shop, and it's weird looking. I don't know if anyone's ever played this. I haven't played it yet, and it's just an odd game. It's called Falling Stars, and I paid $5 for this game, and it's made by a company called Age Tech and Ivolo Games. It is complete, so thankfully it is complete. This is like a $15 game still. I found it really interesting looking, and I don't know what the koala bear is going to do. It looks like a wannabe Stitch or something. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't get it, but it's an interesting looking game. I don't know. It looks really kiddish. If you can see the back, it looks really kiddish. But I bought it because these anime games can definitely be valuable later down the road. So Falling Stars on PlayStation 2 for $5. It's a $15 game. So then going on to GameCube kind of deal, Jason picked up 2 games at the outlet, or 2 games and he picked up for $1. He got 2 discs for $1. He got Animal Crossing, just game, which is a great game on GameCube, and he also got the Game Boy Player GameCube. It allows you to play Game Boy Advance, I believe, and Game Boy Advance SP on the system. It's really cool. And Patrick just picked up, or Dr. Reaper Zero, Patrick, our buddy, he picked up like the attachment for the GameCube underneath. So he loaned it to us. So now we just, now we can play kind of Game Boy Advance games and stuff. So it was real nice of Dr. Reaper Zero to do that for us. And you got this all for $1, and a little holder too, all for $1. And then next up, Jason picked up for $1 was Tarzan Untamed GameCube. Sadly, it is just disc only, and case, but it was $1. Once again, GameCube game, very nice, very good pickup. And then also at the outlet, what I picked up for $1, I believe, was, and this is really cool, I didn't even expect to find this, was a collector's video on VHS of Final Fantasy VII. I was real happy. It is the correct VHS tape. I was real happy. I'm always into these like little old VHS tapes of video games because realistically, you don't know how long these VHS tapes are going to be out there. It's really cool to have these again and watch them, and it's got like also probably some previews for Bushido Blade and Final Fantasy Tactics and Saga Frontier. It's so funny to see that like available now, available 1998 January, available spring '98. So there you go, collector's video of Final Fantasy VII. And then next up that I picked up. Now these games right here came from a pawn shop or thrift store. Sorry, excuse me, a thrift store. And altogether, the whole deal cost me for these 5 games. One's got no case, $5 or $6. First one was classic games for the Intellivision, disc only. Next up was, and this made the deal totally worthwhile, was Spawn, the Eternal, Spider-Man, Crash Bandicoot Warped. Sadly, no front manual on this. This one is up for trade, guys, if anyone is kind of interested in it. This one is up for trade. And then also Air Combat. So all together $6, so like basically $1.25 a game almost. So Air Combat, greatest hits. Next up I picked from a pawn shop was he had a big sale going on. He didn't have a lot of good PlayStation games, but he said all his PlayStation games were $2. So I was looking and I looked and I looked, and I found 2 that kind of interested me. First one was called Goodwill, $2, Goodwill, and Battle Hunter. This looks like an RPG of some sort. Funny enough, I don't believe it. Go figure. This game is made by H-Tech, the same company that made that Falling Star game. I didn't even know that they did that. I didn't even know this game was made by H-Tech. So go figure. But yeah, like $2 again. So H-Tech, wow. And then Jason picked up a game for $1. I can't, yeah, I believe, or did I pick this up? I can't remember. One of us picked it up. Jet Moto 2 on the outlet store. It was $1. So Jet Moto 2. And then I picked up, now guys, I'm cursed with this because it's unbelievable. It's up for trade again if anyone wants it. I picked up another Tomb Raider 3. This is my 4th or 5th Tomb Raider 3. So if anyone wants this one, it's a black label. It is complete. Very nice, very pretty, very nice. I'm cursed with Tomb Raider now. Not that I am complaining one bit. But alright, so anyways, I think that was it for the PlayStation games. And now, of course, Tomb Raider 3 was $1. So the last game that I picked up, and it's kind of a game I have been looking for on and off. Here in Oregon, some of the hardest games to find and buy for are Sega CD games. and Sega Saturn games. I did lose a deal that I'm very upset that I lost. Basically, I lost a deal that was so epic, it almost would have made game collect, like, it was insane. Basically, I'll just tell you guys this. It was 55 games, a mix of 32X and Sega CD, and it was a ton of box stuff, and it was $150. And it was sad to see that go. And that was the deal I kind of mentioned, and I am really kicking myself right now, so yeah. But ever since the ticket and possible ticket down the road, I don't know, but I'm upset. Anyways, moving on to better and brighter futures, hopefully. I picked up a Sega CD game, though, and it's one of my ones I've been hunting for quite a while, and it's in fantastic shape, and it is Sonic CD on Sega CD. It cost me $12.50. It was at a pawn shop. Thankfully, no one had bought it. And I was looking around, and all of a sudden I look, and there's Sonic CD on Sega CD sitting there. And I go, how much? And the guy's like, it's $12.50. And I was kind of, I wasn't upset, I was a little surprised. But realizing the value of the game, it's like a $25 game. It can go for 20. It can easily go for 20. You could put 20 on this and you could probably sell it if you wanted to. I'm not going to. This is going straight into my Sonic collection, and I'm so happy I got it. The sad thing is, I don't have a Sega CD to play it. I've just been looking for this game to add it to my personal collection. I will eventually get a Sega CD, but yeah, I'm glad I got this game. But I am upset about that one deal. But anyways, moving on. That's it. I do have another deal brewing. I'm not going to jinx myself and say it's an epic deal, because last time I said that I lost it. So hopefully I get it if the guy is willing to wait one more day. Don't know. Hopefully. It's a good deal. It's not as good as the one I did lose, but it's still decent. A lot of guys would definitely want this deal, most likely, because it does come with 7 games and a system. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to get too excited, because last time I got really excited, obviously I lost it. So I'm going to keep myself mellow on that. But anyways, that was our game finds. So check out 49er Nation 1 and check out Frosty Bros. Definitely big shout outs to them for the trades. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We will be doing, of course, another game finds next week. Hopefully we got the deal. I'm hoping. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for next week.